Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015-2016 Woodlands High School High Steppers.
And we welcome you inside our booth for the Panera Bread halftime show with Derek Jones on Michael Silvers. It's 14-7 to the Katy Tigers. They trailed in this game 7-0, the first time they had trailed in any game, first time they had surrendered points the entire season, and we're only 2.5 games in to the season. But 14-7, it could by rights be 28-7. The Tigers gave up the football on a turnover on downs late in the second. They also coughed it up on a fumble by Kyle Porter at the goal line. So right now, the Highlanders still within striking distance, only down by a touchdown. It could be worse.
It definitely could be worse. You're absolutely right. The Highlanders have definitely dodged a few bullets tonight. They came out, they withstood the early onslaught of the Katy Tigers, held them out a couple times, had a couple good breaks to fall their way. It keeps the game close, gives them the opportunity to come out in the second half and keep the game where it's at right now. It's a good game so far.
And we've seen the adjustments made by Matt McDaniel on the defensive side, the defensive coordinator for the Katy Tigers, stopping the Highlanders. The Highlanders were hard to stop in those first couple of possessions, the one that resulted in a 4-yard touchdown run by Jordan Talford. You know, those quick strike, those quick hitters over on either side, the misdirection plays, they were really starting to, early on, penetrate and get that, keep that Katy defense on their heels, but they've basically been shutting them out ever since.
Yeah, they kept Katy on the heels, starting out once again with the X and the quicks on both sides. It gives you opportunity for your offense to kind of up speed the tempo. It also keeps your defense off balance, like you said, but a way to deter that is to be more aggressive, to bring your corners up a little bit more, bring your safeties up a little bit more, and just start attacking. And that's what Katy started to do after they threw a few of those, kind of move the ball down the field. Katy decided to bring the up backs a little bit closer, and started being more aggressive. And a lot of times when you physical a receiver, it tends to change the demeanor of what you want to do on the offense. It slows it up because offense, as you know, is a timing mechanism. So you want to make sure that you kind of disrupt that. And that's what Katy started to do, start having some success with that.
Jim Rapp, the offensive coordinator for the Woodlands, has yet to try to adjust to what the Tigers defensively have adjusted to and what was working for the Highlanders. You're in the locker room right now. You're at the whiteboard or whatever drawing board there is in the locker room. As an offensive coordinator, and you've got your offensive coaching staff with you, what are you trying to do adjustment-wise to come out? Because you're going to get the ball to start the second half. What do you do to try to set the tone?
What you want to do is you want to come out and start with, try to be safe with what you're doing. You want to come out, same game plan that you had. You don't want to change that, midstream. I mean, you may want to tweak it just a little bit. You want to continue to try to hit them with the quick routes. If you can see Katy starting to come up, starting to be aggressive like they were towards the end of the half, then you want to start maybe doing the pump and goes. You want to, act like you're getting the hitch route, and then maybe start to sneak somebody deep on a post route or on a 9 route. But the main thing you want to do is you want to establish something. You want to get keep your defense off the field. You don't want to have your defense continually going out play after play with Katy running the dives and they're running the traps and the counters. You don't want your defense to continue to get that kind of pressure. So you have to do something that's going to sustain some time. I mean, personally, I would come out and try to establish the run a little bit. I mean, I know the young man, number 30, at the end of the game when they're trying to, end of the quarter, whatever, they're trying to run the dives, trying to use the quick hitters. I thought that was something that's successful that they could do. I mean, I know Katy was backed off a little bit on that, but I would have tried to establish the run, try to keep your defense off the field a little bit more, but don't change who you are. I mean, your game plan is good. I mean, it's 14-7. I mean, you're playing one of the top-ranked teams in the state in their home field. So I would keep what you're doing. Just don't give up on that mindset and kind of see where you're at.
Now, from a Katy perspective, offensively, they give up that touchdown. The very next play, one play, 50 yards, and Kyle Porter took it to the house. You couldn't have asked for a better answer than a 50-yard touchdown run on the very next play after giving up your first points of the year.
That's exactly what you want. I mean, Porter is a leader on the team, and as we covered the game last night, and you had your senior leaders, your people that you count on when you have a little adversity to step up and to make a play for you. And Cal Porter made a nice cut, nice run to the left-hand side, untouched, a momentum changer when it, definitely appeared like Katy may have been on their heels a little bit, giving up the first touchdown, first score, of the season for them. I mean, they've dominated everybody, and to have a team come out and move the ball down the field and score on you, I mean, it can be a little unsettling, but that's why you have your leaders. That's what the leadership is able to do, but you also have to have the ability, and Kyle Porter is an outstanding running back, outstanding young man, and Katy's really lucky to have him.
After a poor punt by Reed Barber that went out of bounds at the Highlander 30, it didn't take much longer for the Tigers to get the lead for the first time on a 14-7 game, a 2-yard touchdown run by Porter, his second of the game. And then they had those opportunities late in the second quarter to extend to a 21 and then extend to, well, again, a 21, but a turnover on downs and a fumble by Porter at the goal line. So you're in the locker room with the Katy Tigers right now. What are you saying to keep the kids motivated, even though they probably don't need any motivation, but not to hang their heads down because of some of these miscues and some of these missed opportunities late, so they don't manifest into the second half of the game?
Knowing Katy the way I know them, I don't think they're changing anything. I mean, I know that they want to shore up some of the things they're doing. As coaches, you're going to tell them, hey, we were down there a couple of times, let's punch it in. I mean, Katy's been here before. I mean, I don't think they get rattled. They've been on the big stage before. The young men are excited. They're fired up about it. I mean, they're probably disappointed that they didn't score, but they're like, hey, it's okay. We're going to keep knocking on the door. Eventually, it's going to open up for us. If I was Katy, I would continue to do exactly what they're doing. I wouldn't change much. I would continue to be aggressive on defense, because ultimately, with 2 shutouts, your defense sets the tone. So from a defensive standpoint, I would come out, continue to be aggressive, continue to fire off the ball. I mean, both the defensive ends for Katy, Bethley and Stewart, I mean, they're causing havoc. The defensive line is causing havoc. I mean, they're slanting, they're stunning. I mean, they're manhandling their man, up front. I would continue to do that. I would continue to be aggressive just like they are. And it's from an offensive standpoint, do what you do. I mean, do your counters, do your traps, continue to wear on the game. Katy always seems to get stronger as the game progresses. So if I was Katy, I would continue just to do what I'm doing.
This is the Panera Bread halftime show. Let's run down some scores of interest from around the greater Houston area. We'll start right here inside 19-6A. At the half, College Park leads Katy Taylor 14-7. Dallas Jesuit, a 22-0 lead in the second quarter against Straight Jesuit. That game up in Dallas. And George Ranch shutting out Morton Ranch right now, 28-0. And I know, Derek, you've got some scores as well up for updating. But let's run down some of the scores that you have there. We see Cy Woods with a 29-24 lead. I'll tell you, that Cy Fair district, 17-6A, they have shootouts. They beat each other up. It's a fun district, and Texan Live is having a lot of fun covering it this year.
Yeah, it seems like they do have a good time out there. They beat each other up, kind of similar to what this Katy ISD district has. I mean, it's schools know each other. They're familiar with each other. Parents know each other. You grow up as a young person playing youth football, hanging out with everybody. So it's a little rivalry every single week just because of the proximity of the people that you deal with every day. So it's exciting to have those kind of rivalries, those kind of intense matchups. With your buddy down the street, so you can have bragging rights. So outstanding from Cy Fair area and also here from Katy.
We talked about the Cy Woods 29-24 lead over Cy Ridge. Cy Creek at halftime have a lead over Cy Fair 7-0. Finals from last night, Cy Ranch, 52-3 win over Cy Lakes. And then the shootout, Cy Falls defeats Langham Creek, a game you saw right here on Texan Live last night from the Berry Center, 33-30. Again, we talk about the shootouts. We talk about how they beat each other up. It's amazing teams like Cy Ranch can even get to a state final like they did last year because they beat each other up so much that by the time they get to the playoffs, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think what that does actually, it just strengthens the team. I mean, because you have so much competition, because each week it's almost similar to akin to in a playoff game. So you're getting that experience, you're getting that opportunity to compete at the highest level. So as you continue your season, as you continue your district, and of course the intensity grows even more. So by the time you get to the playoffs, just like Katy, by the time you get to the playoffs, I mean, you're ready to rock and roll from a week-to-week standpoint.
Let's see. Let's run down the District 18 6A scores right now. Spring leading or scores resulting in some non-district games involving teams from 18 6A because we were talking about the Cy-Fair district. They're already in district play with the amount of schools they've got out there. Spring leads Eisenhower 7-0 at half. Montgomery with a 16-0 lead at the break against Aldine Davis. Lamarck 12-0 lead over MacArthur. Tomorrow Nimitz is at Worthing, part of the HISD school district. You got Sam Houston hosting Northbrook. Cinco Ranch taking on Memorial. I saw Memorial last week when they played Pearland. They're 0-2. They're young, so they're trying to just find their way. Pearland beat them 29-7. Cinco Ranch is always going to be one of those teams that are going, if anybody's going to beat Katy out of this district, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a team like Cinco Ranch. That's just how it's been for the last handful of years. Cinco Ranch has beaten them once in their history, but they're looking to continue to get better themselves as they take on Memorial tomorrow.
Yeah, Cinco Ranch is also another good team. Like I say, these teams beat each other up and they're so close. Cinco Ranch and don't forget Seven Lakes as well. I mean, those two teams pretty much are going to compete for that third spot. Of course, I don't want to leave out Taylor. They had an outstanding season last year. Looking forward to seeing all those teams compete. But you're right, Cinco Ranch is a team to keep an eye on. It should be a good game against Memorial.
48-0 Springwoods over Milby in the second quarter. Wow, Angleton with a 14-0 lead against Chavez. They're getting started in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Westside have a 24-14 lead over Brenham. Brenham always a big powerhouse in the 5A classification. So Westside, a surge from them, an upstart Westside program that had some success not too long ago but have been down in recent times. They have a 24-14 lead at halftime. We'll step aside. We'll try to collect some more scores for you. Come back with more here on the Panera Bread Halftime Show. 14-7 Katy on top of the Woodlands, and this is Texan Live. And welcome back to the Panera Bread Halftime Show. Performance down the field by the Katy Marching Band. Some more scores for you. Dawson on top of Alvin in the second quarter, 38-6. Katy defeated Dawson in the playoffs last year. Pearland shutting out Dobie at the half, 21-0. Pasadena losing to Pasadena Memorial at the break, 27-0. Coming up tomorrow here on Texan Live, it's a non-district showdown from right here at Rhodes Stadium as the Mady Creek Rams host the Tomball Cougars. Coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 right here on TexanLive.com, your home for Houston high school football. Let's check out the Fort Bend School District and District 23 6A. They're already in district play because of the number of schools they have there. Kempner leading Clements. That happens to be my alma mater. Clements, not Kempner. 12-10. That's that's at the break. Elsick all over Dulles, 34-6 at halftime. Hightower leading Austin High School, 21-3. They're about a minute and 10 seconds away from halftime. So the Fort Bend schools and the Cy-Fair schools all in district play, and those basically you get one game and that's it. One game non-district, and then you play district. You get one off week, and there you go. I mean, it's you don't get much of a preseason, do you?
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get a lot of time to to work out the bugs, work out the kinks. But and I'm sure right now they're used to doing it like that. But yeah, it would definitely help if you could have a few games to kind of work out some of the issues, get your timing down, and just like Katy and Cy-Fair beat up on each other a few weeks, kind of get some rounds in before you get to your main district.
All right, so that's going to wrap up the Panera Bread Halftime Show. Teams are stretching, getting ready for the third quarter, and we will bring you the second half after these messages here on Texan Live.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
And we're about getting ready for the start of the second half here on Texan Live. Let's run down the first half statistics for the Katy Tigers. 140 yards on the ground, 131 of them thanks to Kyle Porter. 45 yards passing for Garrett Doron. A total of 185 yards of total offense in the first half. The Tigers picked up 7 first downs. They were 3 for 6 on third downs. Turned the ball over once on downs. 3 penalties for 20 yards and 2 fumbles. For the Woodlands Highlanders, 70 yards rushing, 25 yards passing for Eric Schmid, 106 total yards of offense. 5 first downs. The Highlanders 1 for 6 on third downs. They converted on 1 fourth down, 2 penalties for 15 yards and 1 fumble, and they get the ball back to start the second half, trailing 14-7. With our entire Texan Live crew and Derek Jones alongside, I'm Michael Silvers. 24 minutes remaining at Rhodes Stadium, and we'll see what adjustments have been made in the locker room as we get ready to go here in quarter number 3.
It's always interesting when you come out after half. I mean, some of the guys have been sitting around. You want to make sure you're stretched out and ready to go. Usually in the start of the third quarter, you can tell the team is still warm, the team is still ready to get after it. So it's always key that first possession, whether you're on offense or whether you're on defense. Usually the big plays usually take place as soon as you come out of the locker room. So,
scoring summary in the first half: a 4-yard touchdown run by Jordan Talford, 7-0 Woodlands. Next play on offense for the Tigers, a 50-yard touchdown run by Kyle Porter, tied the game up at 7, and then a 2-yard touchdown run by Porter in the second quarter, capping off a 30-yard drive, 14-7 Tigers, and then they had opportunities to add to that lead, turned it over on downs, and a fumble by Porter at the goal line resulted in a touchback.
you know, like we talked about earlier, the Woodlands have definitely dodged a lot of bullets. Hopefully for them, they can come out and actually turn some of that into a positive for them.
Alec Dupre will kick it off. Highlanders breaking their huddle on the far side and will take their positions on the return team in their return formation. So far, no touchbacks off kickoffs in this game. We'll see if Dupre will deliver this one downfield or set up for a pooch kick. He is 9 yards back. The T is right on the X between the hash marks on the 40-yard line. The Highlanders will attack the south end zone in this third quarter, and that moving left to right. Dupre with the pooch kick. They're going to let it bounce. A one-hopper taken over on the far side by A.J. Mason. And he just scoots out of bounds inside the 15 at the 13, make it the 12-yard line. So not the best starting field position, so Dupre executes a fine pooch kick.
Once again, that pooch kick strategy, I mean, you had a big return. You want to limit that. So far in this game, only that special team play has been a big play, you know, for Woodlands. So you want to make sure you limit that. So pooch kick, start them off deep in their own territory, give your defense an opportunity to pin them deep and get field position for your team.
Schmid leads the team out on the field, 5 of 8 in the first half, 25 yards. Ran the ball 4 times for 35 yards. Operating out of the pistol formation with 3 receivers. Wide side of the field is to the right with a twin set there. And Schmid claps his hands, turns, hands it off. Right up the middle, Lex Troffler, not much doing. He will fall down at the 14-yard line, picking up 2.
Tackle made by Michael Mattis.
He had a fumble recovery in the first half and also coughed it up on his return, but it went out of bounds. That was a fumble committed by Hunter Moore, who had made the reception over on the left side of the offense and then was thrown down and lost the football. 2nd down and 8 from the 14. And a look over to the sideline for the confirmation in the play call. Schmid gets the snap back, and he will hand it off. Mason Wunsch with a first down run over the 30-yard line. Great read by Eric Schmid as he gives it off to Wunsch for his first carry of the game out to the 31 after a gallop of 17.
Tackle by Colin Wilder. It was a nice dive play to the left-hand side. Running off tackle. They must see something on that left-hand side.
6th first down for the Highlanders. And they will now scrimmage from the left hash mark on their own 31-yard line, trailing 14-7. One receiver left, 2 receivers right. Stewart in as a slot receiver to the right. Stockerell lines up wide right. Snap back on the ground, and not much. Straight ahead, forward progress stopped at the 33-yard line.
Tackled by a host of Tigers on the play.
Troffler on the run. Troffler just 4 yards on 3 carries. Came in 7 carries, 12 yards, and a touchdown in this game, or into this game. 2nd down and 7 for the Highlanders. Troffler off the right shoulder, Schmid out of the shotgun. 4 receivers in the lineup, and Schmid calls for the snap. and decides he's going to run, and he dives forward short of the first down, touched by Hunter Stinson, short of the 40-yard line, 6 yards. Results in 3rd down and 1.
And it appeared to be a design quarterback draw. Smith has had a lot of success running the ball as a quarterback, so they actually designed that play to give him an opportunity to get some running. They hadn't had any other success running besides him, so that's a smart call.
3rd down and 1. Shotgun split backs. Needing the 40-yard line. Handoff, Truffler. He gets bottled up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think he got that.
Last to get up off of him, meaning the first one to get to him, was Braden Boyd. Junior came into this game 7 tackles and was kind of a question mark in respect to whether or not he was going to be able to really make it as a starter in the eyes of Gary Joseph, but he told me earlier he's improving every game, and that's what you want to see out of your inside linebacker, the only junior out of that core.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is that penetration on a short yardage play, and Katy got penetration on that play, stop the drive.
Here's the punt by Reed Barber, spiraling kick taken by J.R. Blades at the 25-yard line, doesn't go much further than that. 35 yards on the kick by Barber, his best effort of the night. And the Tigers hold on defense and will get another opportunity as they will now attack from right to left and attack the north end zone in the 3rd quarter with 8:57 to go and a 14-7 lead to tack on to their lead. Check out cityofkaty.com for all of the latest news and events for Katy, Texas. The City of Katy, small town charm with big city convenience. Doron back to work, first time here in the 3rd quarter, 1st down and 10. Handoff, Kyle Porter attacking right side, turns it upfield, takes it out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play.
Nice tackle by Mr. Winfield once again. That was a nice run by Mr. Porter.
Winfield, a senior, had a fumble return for a touchdown last week. Line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line, and Gulo and Mullins to the wide side of the field, split left. Mullins in a slot. Williams lines up as a wing left. The lone running back is Porter, and he gets it again as Doron turns. Off tackle right, Porter runs short of the 40-yard line, stopped by the Highlanders at the 39, gaining 4. It's 3rd and 1.
Tackle made by the corner, Connor Benny, as Porter was running downhill. It's a nice stop. It's bringing up a 3rd and short.
Tigers were 3 of 6 on 3rd downs back in the first half. 3rd down and a short 2. Hudson to the wide side of the field, split left, I formation. Trey Turner in as a wing left. Doron looks over the Highlander defense under center, takes the snap. On the delay, Porter makes a cut, middle of the field, across the 45. He's got a first down to the 49-yard line. They'll stop him short at the 48-yard line. Pickup of 9 on 3rd down. It's a first down for the Tigers.
Talk about Mr. Winfield again. Once again, Katy's running the counter trade to the left-hand side, running off tackle. You're having your fullback and you're having your guard pull to the left-hand side, opening up a crease, looking for that second-level linebacker. Nice play.
7:20 and counting, quarter number 3, 14-7 Tigers. First possession for the Tiger offense here in this 3rd quarter. Twin set left to the short side of the field, Mullins in a slot, and Doron rolls out to the left, fires on the run, and dropped by Angulo. Pass was thrown a little inaccurately, coverage supplied by senior cornerback A.J. Mason. However, Angulo had his hands on it, 2 hands on the ball, and sometimes in this game so far, Doron has not been helped out by his receivers.
Yes, receivers can definitely do a better job of helping him out. I mean, you don't want to get one-dimensional in a game like this, handing off to Porter right, Porter left, Porter middle. You need to have your receivers jump in and give you a little bit of assistance.
Doron out of the shotgun, pistol look, so to speak, with one man, that's Porter right behind him. 3 receivers in the lineup on 2nd down and 10. Handoff Porter right up the middle, picking his way through traffic, and he lost the football again. And the Highlanders have recovered. That is the 2nd fumble committed by Kyle Porter tonight. And the Highlanders, who forced 4 turnovers last week, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, have forced a 2nd fumble here tonight. They had 4 turnovers, 4 takeaways in this game last year. and now they've got great starting field position on their own 44.
As a Highlander defense, that's exactly what you want. You come out in the second half. I mean, the ball, it's a little bit wet out here. It's a little bit moist in the air. You definitely want to hit that turnover, and that recovery was found by Zach Laconfora, number 11. Nice job.
Back to work, the Highlander offense. Scrimmaging from their own 44-yard line. Shotgun split backs. Wunsch in a slot left to the short side of the field, split right, Connor Patrick. Snap to Schmidt. He drops the football, picks it up, and he'll lose yardage back at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have that happen to you as soon as you just get a big momentum turnover possession. You don't want to come out and give it back on the field. 2 fumbles back to back. I mean, I'm starting to think that the ball may be moist. They may want to get some extra towels out, try to dry those off a little bit.
Maybe they should deflate the footballs. Sorry. I heard it improves grip.
That's what I've heard. Definitely lowers the risk of fumbles.
2nd down, 14. Ball on the 40-yard line. Shotgun for Schmid, and he'll throw. Under pressure. Beffley's going to get to him. No, he's not. What improv as Schmid forced out of bounds by Giovanni Stewart, and he draws a penalty marker.
That's a late hit on the sideline.
And then another flag thrown. Perhaps Stewart mouthed off after he saw the first flag thrown, as he's been told to hit to the sideline.
Thus far, it's been a pretty well-played game. The last thing you want to do is lose your head, lose your cool. It's still a tight game. It's 14-7. Of course, the Woodlands are exactly where they want to be, pinning these penalties. I mean, it's an opportunity for them to be aided with some downfield yardage.
Stewart played in the secondary as a sophomore, 2nd year as a linebacker for this Tiger defense. Jim Maxwell, our referee. Two personal fouls called on Giovanni Stewart. And that's a 30-yard. That's 30 yards in total, because 2 personal fouls, you don't just take one of them. So Giovanni Stewart has just given the Woodlands Highlanders 30 free yards.
And unfortunately, that's the worst time you want to have that. I mean, the Woodlands are having a hard time moving the ball as is. I mean, you don't want to give any kind of gift wrap to gifts to come down the field like that.
Penalty for a late hit. Another penalty for mouthing off. And now the Highlanders, who had it on their own 40 after that play and before the penalty markers, are now positioned on the Tiger 30-yard line with 6:08 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and they trail Katy 14-7. The officials talking things over right now at the 37-yard line in Katy territory here. Connor Patrick, Chris Stewart will line up to the wide side of the field. Wunsch and Moore to the left side. That is the short side of the field. Ball placed on the 30-yard line. Still a delay here as we get ready to go. It's been a while since the Highlanders found themselves in Tiger territory. And they'll scrimmage from the Katy 30-yard line. Talford in as the running back off the left shoulder of Eric Schmid. And the junior quarterback calls for the snap, hands it off. Talford right up the middle, lowers his shoulder into Giovanni Stewart and picks up a 1st down as Stewart brings him down at the 18-yard line. A 12-yard run for junior Jordan Talford.
That's a nice run up the middle, hard-nosed run, bouncing off of Stewart. Stewart's head's probably still thinking about the penalties he gave up, but that's a momentum change. The Woodlands are excited and fired up on the sideline.
8th 1st down picked up by the Highlanders tonight. They trail 14-7 with 5:50 remaining in quarter number 3. Talford remains the running back. 4 receivers employed short side of the field to the left. The Highlanders traversing from left to right here at Rhodes Stadium in the 3rd quarter. Schmid on 1st down. Quick strike, right side, complete. Patrick doesn't get a block that he needed, and he's forced out of bounds at the 14-yard line by Keegan Oddie. And
it appears the Woodlands are going back to that quick passing formation once again. think right now they have Katy on their heels after those penalties.
4-yard reception results in a second down and a short, make it a long 5. Down at the 13-yard line is where the ball is positioned on the right hash mark. Highlanders having a little confusion in respect to lining up. There's trips left, one receiver right, and that's Patrick. Shotgun for Schmid. Has Talford back there with him, and they start early to the Highlanders on the right side. Summers, Common, even the center Medor looked to have leaned a little bit forward before snapping the football.
Yeah, this is the time when your senior leadership needs to step up, get everybody in the huddle, tell everybody to calm down, relax. This is an opportunity for them to go in the end zone. Hostile environment, they want to calm this down. Seniors should step up and lead it right now.
The loss drops the Highlanders back to the 18-yard line, second down and 10. Moore, Wunsch, Stewart to the wide side of the field, split left. Patrick to the right side. Talford in as the running back. He's positioned offset to the left of Eric. And Schmid claps his hands, high snap, pulls it down, and he play fakes, and he escapes Beffley, but he slowed him up, did Beffley, enough for Braden Boyd to sack the junior quarterback back at the 20 for a loss of 2.
Yeah, they try to do a read option. Right now, Katy's pumped up. Katy's shooting the gaps. Looks like they appeared to shoot the A and the B gap on that. Linebackers are coming through as well. Not the ideal play call in a situation like that.
Third down and 12 from the 20-yard line. Ball in between the hash marks. The Highlanders need to get down to the 8-yard line to convert this third down. They are 1 for 7 on third down efficiency tonight. Trips right and a timeout.
That's a good timeout by the Woodlands. I thought they may have needed to call a timeout a little bit earlier. It seems like there was a little bit of confusion that was going on take place, and this is a critical possession.
3:53 remaining, quarter number 3, 14-7 Katy.
Cerna is a local family-owned business located right on Will Clayton and a one-stop shop for your home, auto, liability, and business insurance needs. Please stop in or give us a call at 281-812-9775. We're also proud to support all of the Humble ISD athletes.
Welcome back to Rhodes Stadium with 3:53 remaining in the third quarter, 14-7 Katy. Third down and 12 for the Highlanders on the Tiger 20. Pivotal point and a pivotal play coming up here for both teams.
This is a big decision for the Highlanders. They need to come out with a nice sound play. Something very smart, something very safe though. You don't want to turn the ball over here. At least you're in field goal range. You don't want to lose those yards.
Talford offset to the right of Eric Schmid in the backfield out of the shotgun, 4 receivers employed. And a look over to the sideline, right back to the center. Schmid looks, claps his hands. Here comes Beffley as he jumped it. Schmid takes it himself right side across the 15, tackle down at the 10, turns down inside the 10. He's going to be awfully close, and another flag is thrown late. Schmid got the first down on a 13-yard run. We'll check the marker.
That was a heck of a run from Schmid. I'm really impressed with that young man. I mean, every single time the Woodlands needs a big play, that young man has come through all night long, and it may be a personal foul tacked on top of it, which would give them a first down.
The officials still discussing it. Oh, it's going to be on the Highlanders. On the center, Hunter Medor. Now, it's a late hit. So he got the first down. So do you keep the first down and drop him back 15, or do you Is it going to be a 15-yard penalty and you replay third down?
You know, it should be a dead ball foul. They should be able to get the first down, but they'll tack on the 15 yards.
So it's going to be third down. No, I think it's going to. Are they? Yeah, they're going to make that a first down.
Yeah, it should be. It should be
Yeah,
first.
first down, indeed. But it's a lot less close to the end zone. So from the 22-yard line, at least you get a fresh set of downs. Small consolation from field position. And the Highlanders will scrimmage from the Tiger 22. Spread formation. Tofferton as the running back. He's off the left shoulder of junior quarterback Eric Schmid. Snap back to Schmid. Play action. Under pressure and down he goes. He tries to throw the ball away, and that's actually a lateral. And that's intentional grounding as well, as he was in the grasp of Hunter Stinson, who came shooting off the edge on his linebacker blitz. And a big loss back to the 30 and a loss of down to boot.
Yeah, definitely an intentional grounding. The Katy Tigers have their ears pinned back. I mean, defensive ends, I mean, they're totally disregarding the edge contain. I mean, they're coming off the ends and off the edges very, very hard.
So the flag down at the 30. Jim Maxwell should rule an intentional grounding. He's picking up the flag. Maybe it's not intentional grounding. They'll just credit Stinson with the sack. We'll see. Gary Joseph and company getting an explanation at the 32-yard line on the Katy sideline. Intentional grounding is indeed the call on Eric Schmid. That's a huge loss. It's going to be a 10-yard loss back to the 32. Shotgun for Schmid, 4 receivers. Calls for the snap, gets it. Schmid will sling it deep right side, one-on-one, and Audie knocks it away. Pass intended for Connor Patrick at the goal line.
Nice pass deflection on the play. Schmid tried to go deep in the right-hand corner. It's a nice pass deflection.
Pass took a while to get there. Third down and 20, 3:03 remaining in the third quarter, 14-7 Tigers.
There's not a lot of times that you have a play set up for 20 yards, but you know you don't want to overthink this as a coach. It started early when they're in deep possession. You don't want to overthink this. You want to do something good enough to get you close enough for a field goal, take the points, and let your defense come back out on the field. They played great tonight.
I wonder if Eric Schmid will call his own number here on third down and 20 from the Katy 32-yard line. And a snap that Schmid was not waiting for, was not looking for, but I think the Highlanders, or even maybe the delay of game.
Oh, wow.
Unless they were able to get a timeout in from the sideline, the flag is down, thrown by the back judge. Timeout taken by the Highlanders. Make history with Texan Live tonight as we present the first ever Houston High School football wrap-up show, presented by TexanDrive.com on Fox Sports Southwest from 11 to midnight. Join Howard Chen, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with highlights, analysis, interviews, and more. It's the Houston High School football wrap-up show presented by TexanDrive.com, and it all gets started tonight at 11 on Fox Sports Southwest. And be sure to check your local listings and channel and television provider for Fox Sports Southwest and the channel number in your area.
It appears the Woodlands have definitely been doing something right. They are dodging bullets left and right. One miscue after the other, but it always seems to go in their favor so far thus far tonight.
3:02 the time. First timeout spent by the Highlanders tonight here in this second half. They've got to get down to about the 12. So, you know, we talked about how big that 30 yards of penalties was on Giovanni Stewart, getting the Highlanders back into Tiger territory. And a huge penalty called on Hunter Medor on a late hit after a run by Eric Schmid resulted in a Highlander first down inside the 10. An intentional grounding after that call. Incomplete pass, and now it's 3rd down and 20 as the Highlander offense are back out on the field, and Schmid with the snap back, looking left. Now he's going to be forced to tuck and run, and he eats it right at the line of scrimmage. Joey Woodring leading the way, a nose guard who played defensive end last season. Woodring, with now his 3rd tackle of the season, has offers from Air Force and Army. And now a 4th down, and this is a very tricky spot to have a 4th down. Maybe out of the range of your field goal kicker. Do you want to punt it here, or do you want to just take a shot and go for a 1st down?
Unfortunately, with the field position right now, you don't really want to punt it because more than likely it's going to be a touchback. You have to give the ball over. You're probably better at this point, especially with the turf being wet, to try to go for it. But what play do you have that's going to get you that kind of yards right now?
Well, Craig Heiser has checked in as the quarterback on this play. He's going to stand back, so he's going to come up with a punt.
He's going to pooch it.
A little kick, and Adi will let it bounce. And that should be a touchback. It was down, but he went into the end zone.
Wow. He was in the
and
end
they're
zone.
not going to give that to the Tigers. It was downed by Brandon Stockerell, and they're going to say he downed it at the 1-inch line. Although his body was on the goal line, perhaps the ball never got across the plane or broke the plane for a touchback.
9 times out of 10, they're going to call it a touchback. They're not going to down that ball on the 1-yard line.
The officials confirming right now, and in a bit of a powwow right at the goal line. Right now, it's a 31-yard punt.
If the Woodlands gets this and pins Katy deep, I mean, like I said, I mean they've done something right because they're getting a lot of the calls, a lot of the opportunities going their way.
2:13 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 14-7 Tigers as they still discuss whether or not that punt and that ball broke the plane of the end zone, resulting in a touchback. Right now, they are not suggesting that it has. Wow. And Gary Joseph is not happy. The Tigers will have to go 99.5 yards if they want to get back into the end zone in this offensive possession. Are they up for the task? Of course they are, but whether or not they can get it done, that's another thing.
It's definitely a momentum changer right now. Katy has a long way to go. They need to really be careful on this snap, on the hold. Make sure that the linemen are blocking. Make sure they're stopping all the gaps. I'm sure as the Woodlands right now, they're going to try to do their best to get through the A and B gap shooting, getting some type of penetration, and trying to get a safety on this.
It's a 7-point margin right now. The Tigers with the lead. The two teams played to a 3-point game back in 2006. The Tigers won 10-7. That was the lowest combined score by these two clubs in this series. The Woodlands won by 4 back in 2009. So Doron in his end zone. From the half-yard line, he's just going to take it over his center, Cole Shannon, and try to get some breathing room for the Tigers. He's going to be stopped short of the 3.
Yeah, that's all you can do right there. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see another quarterback sneak. You just want to try to get enough room so you can maneuver to get your punter out. You don't want to do anything too risky right here.
14-7, Tigers with the lead. Come down to 1:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Jackman to the wide side of the field, split right. 2 tight ends, I formation. Porter 6 yards deep in the end zone. Handoff, it's Kyle Williams. Makes a cut back middle of the field, out to the 5. 2 more yards picked up, this time by the fullback. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And tackle made by number 46, Somerville. Another safe play, give a fullback dive. You just want to try to get as best you can to get the ball as far away from the end zone as you can. You're trying to give your punter room. You're not trying to do anything special here, hoping that someone can break a tackle, maybe get you a 1st down. But if all else fails, you just want to get the ball away from the end zone.
Coming down to a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. 14-7 Tigers. 3rd down and 6. They'll scrimmage from their own 5. I formation in the backfield. Angulo, the only receiver, split to the short side left. Doron under center, 3-step drop, quick pass on a slant, caught by Angulo for a 1st down at the 20-yard line. 14 yards And a first down for the Tigers on the third down conversion.
That's a big play. Tackled by Antoine Winfield Jr. Number 18 ran a nice slant route. It's a quick slant. I mean, obviously, you don't have a lot of time. Dorn's in the end zone. You want to take a three-step drop, fire to the left-hand side. That's a nice catch, nice first down, Katy.
From the 21 now, left hash mark. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Doron under center. The lone setback is Porter. Give it to him, straight ahead, and he will be swallowed up.
Tackled by Zach Lone, big number 90.
Yeah, first one through. And that should be it for the third quarter of play. The score, the Katy Tigers 14, the Woodlands Highlanders 7. Texan Live's coverage of Katy ISD football from Rhodes Stadium here in Katy, Texas will continue in just a moment.
Hey, it's Bert.
And Jamie. During our summer clearance event, we need to move our 2015s.
And you can count on a big selection.
A team dedicated to treating you better and low prices.
Like new Sierra Cruise discounted $12,400. That's right, folks. That's over 31%. And we have hundreds to choose from. Or a new Acadia for $299 a month.
Thanks for making us one of the fastest growing dealerships in the nation.
Texan Buick GMC, located Highway 59 in Will Clayton. Or shop 24/7. TexanDrive.com. We treat you better.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Second down and 9 as we begin quarter number 4 from Rhodes Stadium in Katy. The Tigers leading the Highlanders 14-7. In a dogfight here on the west side of town. Tigers now moving from left to right, attacking the south end zone. Second down and 9, they'll scrimmage from their own 22. Doron under center, turns and hands it off. Kyle Porter with 2 fumbles in this game, keeps his balance and then falls forward to the 25, a gain of 3.
It appears Eugene Beiser tripped him up on the play, setting up a big third down for Katy, deep in their own territory.
Third down and 6. They converted on 3rd and 6 with a 16-yard slant to J.C. Angulo, who has 3 receptions for 34 yards tonight. And he's back in the lineup, and he will split out to the short side right. Hudson and Mullins to the wide side of the field, split left with Mullins in the slot. Pistol look in the backfield. Shotgun pistol for Garrett Doron. Needing 6, a snap back to Doron. Under pressure, throws out to the flats. Dropped again by Kyle Williams.
Oh, that's a big play. Doron dropped it to the left. There's a flag on the play.
Doron has not been helped out a lot by his receivers. That's the second drop tonight by the fullback Kyle Williams. The flag is thrown on the far side of the field at the 23, right in front of the Woodlands sideline. So here's Jim Maxwell. Illegal formation on Katy. Penalty will be declined, and a fourth down, forthcoming. So the punt team will come out for the second time tonight. Amazingly enough, with a 14-7 score, this will only be the second punt for Michael Vasquez.
This has been a defensive battle, very close all the way through. And the Woodlands dodge another break on this play.
Winfield and Stewart stand at their 40-yard line. Vasquez with a high kick. It'll bounce and take a Katy bounce inside the 40. It rolls down inside the Highlander 35 to the 33-yard line. 42-yard punt. And the Highlanders will go back to work from their own 33-yard line. Check out cityofkaty.com for all of the latest news and events for Katy, Texas. The City of Katy, small town charm with big city convenience. So you know the fine folks at Texas Football Magazine ranking the Tigers number 2 in the state did not give any love to the Highlanders after 2 dominating performances, left them out of the top 25. You wonder what they know that we don't know, because this is a tough team And here's a handoff. Chris Stewart on first down, right side, close to a first down, steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 9. Hunter Stinson forcing him out of play. But a big pickup on first down of 9 yards, second down and a yard to go.
It's a nice dive route, bounce out to the right-hand side. Yeah, this Woodlands team, they've played hard. They've played hard all night long. Very impressed.
Second down and 1. The Highlanders trail 14-7. 10:53 remaining here at Rhodes Stadium. Shotgun split back, snap back to Schmid. Right up the middle with the handoff, and no gain on the play. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Gave the ball to Carlos Ramos, who came into this game with just 12 yards rushing. No gain, third down and a yard.
Big Joey Woodring. It's very hard to block him. He's really stout in the middle. They're trying to double team him, and it's still not working.
Highlanders 2 of 8, make it 2 of 9 on third downs. Third down and a yard. They'll scrimmage from their own 42. Spread formation. Talford in as the running back off the left shoulder of Eric Schmid. On the ground, spinning. Talford, I don't know if he got there. And did the ball come loose? The ball came loose. Katy say they have it. Matus recovers, and the Tigers get it back as they take it away.
Looks like they're discussing.
Left shoulder of Eric Schmid.
On the ground, spinning, Talford, I don't know if he got there.
Katy ball.
And did the ball come loose?
It's very hard to hold on to the ball. Once again, they're stunning. Katy's stunning the A and the B gaps. Nice penetration. Cause a big hit in the backfield.
Tigers still a -1 in their turnover margin as the Highlanders have 3 takeaways. 2 turnovers by the Highlanders. So now it's first down and 10. 10:06 left to play, quarter number 4. 14-7 Tigers. And they will begin this possession in Highlander territory in scrimmage from the Woodlands 43. They break the huddle off the sideline. Hudson to the wide side of the field, split left in a slot left Mullins. I formation. Tight end Eichenberger to the right side on first down and 10. A turn and a handoff. Doron gives it off to Kyle Porter. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight, but he's also got 2 fumbles. Takes it down inside the 40 to the 38. Gain of 4.
Tackle made by a host of defenders. And, of course, number 46, Eugene Beiser. He's been around all night tonight for Woodlands.
25 carries for Kyle Porter tonight, 161 yards. By far his best performance of this young season. Came in 223 yards, 25 carries, and 5 touchdowns. He now has 7 touchdowns this season. Second down and 7 from the 39. Doron takes the snap, pitches to Porter, off tackle left, lowers his shoulder, and rumbles down to the 36-yard line. 3 more yards will bring up third down and 4.
Tackle by Michael Purcell, big number 99 for the Woodlands. He's also had a nice game tonight. He's going to set up a third and about 3 to 4 for Katy.
Tigers 5 for 8 on third down efficiency. Third down and 4. Play clock down to 15, not an issue. Game clock inside 9 minutes to go, quarter number 4, 14-7 to the Katy Tigers. Pitch left on third down. Here's Porter. Porter in traffic, dives forward inside the 35. He'll be a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the first down at the 34-yard line.
They attempted a quick toss to the left-hand side. Fullback came out, chipped on the defensive end, but they're going to come up just a little bit short, setting up that 4th down.
Tiger offense remain on the field as Michael Vasquez comes running in off the sideline, and now Tony Mullins to join the huddle. They've turned it over once on downs. 4th down and a long yard as they break the huddle with 13 to go on the play clock. I formation, Doron under center. Play clock down to 7. Looks like Doron might have changed the play. Play clock down to 3. Doron takes the snap, pitches left Porter. Porter lowers his shoulder, gets a first down. Inside the 30 to the 29, a gain of 4.
Big play.
Yeah, indeed.
In a situation like that, when you come out with your 2 tight ends, your ace formation, that's one of Katy's bread and butters. You want to just toss it back to your big running back, run it off tackle to the left-hand side, run downhill, let your tight end and your tackle double team, and then run off the off tackle. Nice play from Katy, first down.
14-7 the score. First down and 10. That was the 10th first down of the game for the Katy Tigers. They have the 7-point edge and a first down. Doron on the play action, fires right. That's dropped. How about the Katy Tiger receivers tonight? Another drop this time, and Gulo can't haul it in.
Yeah, the receivers are having a hard time. It looked like he tried to turn up and run the ball. The rule of thumb is always make sure you secure the football, put 2 hands on the ball, look it all the way into your chest before you try to turn up field.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Mullins to the wide side right, short side of the field split left, Dominic Hudson. Williams in as the fullback. New back in the game is Kevon Copeland, and he gets it. And he got stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Nope, that was Kadarius Page, my apologies. Number 28, not number 30. But nonetheless, a loss of a yard.
That's a big hit by Zach Confor, number 11 for Woodlands. Once again, he's shooting right through the A-gap.
Porter remains on the sideline. Third down and 12. And Gulo races in to give the play to the senior quarterback, Garrett Doron. 2 touchdowns last week, 24 yards to Giovanni Stewart, a 25-yard pass to Tony Mullins. Play clock down to 6. Shotgun for Doron, play clock down to 2. He gets the snap, looks to sling it over the middle, pump fakes, now will run left, breaks the tackle, and then he gets stuck in the open field. Good tackle by A.J. Mason.
That's a big hit coming up from that corner spot.
He is stopped at the 27-yard line. Gets 6. Now special teams will come out, and that means Chris Perez. He is 3 for 5 on field goals this season, missing 1 in each of the first 2 games. This will be a 45-yard attempt from the left hash to extend this game to 2 possessions. Snap, placement, hold is down, kick on the way. It's got the leg, and it is no good. Hooked it wide to the left, and again, the Highlanders hold. The score remains 14-7 here at Rhodes Stadium.
Definitely not an easy kick. That's a very far distance, especially with the elements and the weather the way it is. But it was close.
Make history with Texan Live tonight as we present the first ever Houston High School football wrap-up show presented by TexanDrive.com on Fox Sports Southwest from 11 to midnight. Join Howard Chen, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with highlights, analysis, interviews, and more. Check your local listings for Fox Sports Southwest in your area. As the Highlanders begin, first down and 10, handoff. It's Stewart right side, and he is forced out of bounds by Keegan Oddie. Out across the 30 to the 33. That's a gain of 5.
That's a nice first down play for the Woodland Highlanders.
Clock stopped with 6:08 remaining. 14-7 Tigers. And a dogfight here with the Woodlands Highlanders, and that's good to see between these 2 clubs. Closest game between the 2 in recent memory. You have to go back to 2009 when the margin of victory for the Highlanders was 4. Second down and 5 from the 33. Handoff. And it's Ramos breaking some tackles, and then he will get a first down as he is swallowed up at the 40. That's a gain of 6.
Big hit by Colin Wilder. It's a nice quick off-tackle play in the shotgun formation. Simple dive to the left-hand side, bounce it out, and should give them a first down.
That's the 10th first down for the Highlanders tonight. We roll inside 6 minutes. 14-7 Tigers. First down and 10. Moore and Wunsch to the short side left. One receiver right is Connor Patrick. Shotgun with split backs. Look over to the sideline. Schmid changes the play. Snaps. Comes his way after he claps his hands. Handoff, Ramos off tackle left with a first down across the midfield stripe and down to the Tiger 46-yard line. 14 yards on the run by Ramos.
That's a nice tackle by Hunter Stinson. As you see the quarterback changing the play, you can see the linebackers on the right and the left. They're giving the keys away too early. They're trying to blitz, and the Schmid is seeing that. He's recognizing that, and that's why he's changing the audible to that left hand dive.
First down and 10. Highlanders back in Tiger territory. First down and 10 from the 46. Shotgun split, backs 3 receivers in the lineup, short field to the left. The junior, Eric Schmid, has performed admirably. Another handoff, this time Ramos goes to the left-hand side once again, but he slips on the field turf and loses a yard.
They're running an option read. What they're doing basically is they're reading that end man on the line of scrimmage, and every time he comes up, that's who they're reading the key off of. That's their key for the play. Because of their aggressiveness, they're trying to use the aggressiveness of Katy against them.
39 yards on 7 carries for junior Carlos Ramos. Second down and 11. Ball on the left hash mark, 4.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, 14-7 Tigers. Shotgun for Schmid. Has Ramos off his right shoulder. Gets the snap. Schmid will sling it over the middle, and it is incomplete off the fingertips of Chris Stewart. And then he took a shot by Travis Willock.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, but you definitely have to be careful. Referees are always looking for, that late hit or that intentional hit when the defenseless wide receiver, so you always have to look out for that. And to make an adjustment, the Woodlands came out 4 wide receiver set because of Katy's opportunity to blitz.
Schmid 6 of 9, 29 yards. Third down and 11 from the Tiger 47. Spread formation, short field left. Schmid calls for the snap, and he's going to run again. He's in traffic, and he's taken down as he's corkscrewed down at the 41-yard line. That is a 6-yard run, 4th down and 4, facing Mark Schmid and his Woodland Highlanders.
Tackle by Hunter Stinson on the play. It's a nice design draw. You want to take the aggressiveness of Katy. They're coming upfield hard. They're shooting all the gaps. You want to try to eliminate that. The draw can't do that as you have the defenders come by you. Quarterback can step up in the hole, and he's been their best runner most of the night.
4th down and 4. Timeout. Katy will step aside with 3:42 remaining in tonight's game. 14-7 Tigers here on Texan Live.
Huge discounts, most for your trade. Explorers, $6,000 off. Fusion, $7,000 off. F-150, $12,000 off. F-250, $15,000 off. And now every car, truck, and SUV has 0% interest for 72 months. 0% for 72 months. Don't walk, run. These deals end soon. Big Star Ford, big city discounts, small town dealing.
Coming up tomorrow here on Texan Live, it's a non-district showdown from here at Road Stadium as the Matey Creek Rams host the Tomball Cougars. Coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 right here on TexanLive.com, your home for Houston High School football. Forrest Cox and Brent Hallmark on the call of that one between Matey Creek and Tomball. 3:42 left to play, Road Stadium. Number 2 Katy, 14. The Woodlands 7. It is 4th down and 4 for the Highlanders from the Tiger 40.
This is a big play for the Highlanders. They've been knocking on the door all night long. They have to eventually get that door to open if they want to have a chance to get this win tonight.
Capacity crowd on their feet for this 4th down play. Shotgun split backs. A look over to the sideline. Schmid claps his hands. The snap comes to him. He hands it off, and it's Chris Stewart. He's tackled in the open field. The football came loose. That Giovanni Stewart forces the turnover on downs on a loss back to the 44-yard line.
Big time play on that toss sweep right there. Here's the cornerback read the play really, really well. Made a big stop. The Woodlands tried to attempt to use the momentum from Katy Tigers coming in off that edge and tried to get on the outside, but read very well.
3:35 the time here in the fourth quarter. 14-7 Tigers. And their offense comes back out to work, needing to try to take time off the clock. All they need is a field goal, really. It makes it a 2-possession game. They've tried to do that. They've had opportunity after opportunity to take more than a 7-point lead, but they've got zeros to show for it. They begin with a handoff right up the middle and getting pushed into Highlander territory. Kyle Porter down to the 48-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play.
That's a strong young man right there.
29 carries, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 fumbles, though, for Kyle Porter, but you come away with the win, you can forgive the turnovers, that's for sure.
I totally agree with that.
Clock coming down to 3 minutes remaining. By far the most amount of time that the Tiger first team offense has needed in a game this season, especially Kyle Porter. Hudson in motion left to right on 2nd down and 2. On the ground, it's Kyle Williams, the fullback, and he will barrel his way forward and continue to keep his feet churning down to the 41-yard line in Highlander territory. That's a 7-yard run for the fullback and a first down for the Tigers.
And this is exactly what makes Katy, Katy. Time of possession, they need the ball, they need the first downs to keep the clock rolling to round this game out. They're lining up man on man. Let's go get it done. Nice job by Katy.
We approach 2:20 left here at Rhodes Stadium. 14-7 Tigers. Angulo to the wide side of the field as he sprints out to line up left. Mullins to the short side of the field, split right. On first down and 10, Doron under his center, Cole Shannon takes the snap, turns and hands it off to Kyle Porter, off guard right, and he will take it down to the 34-yard line, tackled by Zach Lockenfora. Gain of 6 for Kyle Porter, and the clock continues to move inside 2 minutes.
Another nice off-tackle run to the right-hand side. Katy Tigers are just trying to run the clock. Put all your bigs on bigs out there and man up one-on-one. Let's see what we got.
Highlanders right now with just 1 timeout remaining in their hip pocket. We'll try to figure out the right time to use it if they're going to use it. 90 seconds remaining at Rhodes Stadium. Second down and 5, excuse me.
No, you're good. If they can make a stop now, they'll use it right after this.
From the eye, pitch left, Porter. Porter looking for a hole, and he will dive forward short of the first down at the 32-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and the Highlanders, just as Derek mentioned, do call their final timeout. Porter 188 yards on 31 carries. 2 touchdowns, both Tiger touchdowns in this game on runs of 50 and 2 yards. No scoring here in the second half.
It's definitely been a defensive battle in the second half. Mr. Porter's run the ball hard all night, but he's had no choice. I mean, every time the Tigers try to go back and make the pass, the ball has been dropped or been underthrown. So it's been a tough night for Mr. Porter, but he's had a lot of success. And this is what Katy does. Katy lines up. I mean, it's smash mouth football, counter right, counter left, trap right, trap left. This is what has made Katy so popular, not only in Texas but around the country.
Clock stopped with 1:11 to play. 3rd down and 2 facing this Tiger offense. See what Pat Kennedy, the defensive coordinator for the Woodlands, dials up here. Try to stop the Tigers on 3rd down and 2. It's been a brilliant defensive effort by both teams tonight. Twin receivers to the wide side right, I formation. Porter dotting the I. He gets the handoff and he will not get the first down. However, the Highlanders cannot stop the clock. 1 yard on the pickup for Porter, and it's 4th down.
That was a big stop by the Highlanders. The clock is running though, no timeouts left.
Offense will remain on the field, and you wonder if they're just going to let the play clock roll all the way down to 1, call a timeout,
they'll get
and
it
then decide what they're going to do after that.
Yeah, they'll get it as low as they can get it. I would even take the penalty. I mean, it's not going to hurt you at this point. I mean, especially if you're going to have to punt the ball anyway. Just gives your punter more yards, more room to try to pin them down deep.
5 on the play clock. It's ticking down to 3, 2, 1, and a timeout. Don't forget, coming up tonight at 11 on Fox Sports Southwest, first ever, the debut of the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by TexanDrive.com. Hosted by Howard Chen, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden. They'll be along to give you highlights from around the greater Houston area with analysis, interviews, and more. It's the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by TexanDrive.com, and it all gets started tonight at 11 on Fox Sports Southwest. 25 seconds remaining at Rhodes Stadium. The Tigers spending their second of 3 timeouts. 4th down and a yard. And really, when they do give the ball back, if they give the ball back to the Highlanders, the Woodlands won't really have that much time. It would take a minor miracle, really.
Yeah, especially with no timeouts. I mean, I would not be surprised if Katy comes out and tries to run the ball downhill and use your big fellas to try to get a first down. Come at them in I formation, a power I, just run downhill and just see what you can get. That's what you do.
4th down and a yard. Offense with 2 tight ends remain on the field in an I formation backfield. Doron turns, hands it off. Porter dives forward. It's going to be awfully close. If he gets the first down, the game's over. And it'll really just depend on the spot of the football. Katy say they have it. The Woodlands say they don't. What else would you expect between the 2 ball teams right here? So, first down, Katy, and that will do it.
Yeah, in that situation, I mean, you're Katy, you be who you are. We said that in the keys of the game earlier in the day. Line up 2 tight formation, 2 tight I formation. Give it to your Hoss. He's been running the ball hard all night long. The Woodlands have had a hard time stopping him all night. Say, hey, let's get a yard. If we can't get a yard, we don't deserve to win the game tonight. Awesome job by Katy on that play.
The Tigers will remain undefeated, exercise a demon, so to speak, as the Highlanders handed the Tigers their only regular season loss last year.
Hey, usually games of this magnitude don't live up to the hype. I think this game did. Nice
One
game.
knee by Doron, and the Katy Tigers have defeated the Woodlands Highlanders tonight by a final score of 14-7. Kyle Porter leading the way with 2 touchdowns on runs of 50 and 2 yards. Jordan Talford got the scoring started back in the first quarter for the Woodlands. It was the first point surrendered by the Tigers this season. First time they trailed in a game. On the very next play, they come away with a 50-yard touchdown run by Porter. They get the ball back, take it 2 yards for another Porter touchdown, capping off a 30-yard drive. Teams go scoreless in the second half, a defensive struggle, and the final 14-7. We'll return to wrap it all up in just a moment. 14-7, the Tigers defeating the Highlanders tonight at Rhodes Stadium. This is TexanLive.com.